My weirdest recording trick that actually worked was basically taking out the chord of an instrument and recording that sound like this. I am Sudan Archives, and I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm an artist. For breakfast, I had Jet's Pizza. Leftovers. One thing I never travel without, my fiddle. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I make a little belt because I'm like, oh my God, I'm dehydrated. I'm usually dehydrated, so I drink water. My earliest musical memory is Barrage, a Canadian fiddle group, coming to my 4th grade class and playing some Irish jigs. Maybe my favorite movie soundtrack is the soundtrack from Love and Basketball. Well, maybe one of the most impactful earliest YouTube memories is seeing Soulja Boy. To be honest, I don't listen to albums, I just listen to hits. The last hit that I listened to was So Many Details, Toro y Moi. A new favorite film is Sinners because of all the folklore. I remember a long time ago, one of the most unique venues I performed in was a barn, and I opened for Future Islands, and I'm allergic to hay, and that sucked. But it was still cool because I was playing the fiddle in a barn. A small everyday pleasure that I love is burning candles. If my life had a theme song, it would be Water Get No Enemy by Fela Kuti, because it's a song about colorism and bleaching your skin, and that'll be the soundtrack of my life because the solo in there goes hard, and the music goes hard, and the message goes hard. Well, my favorite season, of course, is summer. That's why I moved to LA. My favorite BPM is 140. If I could take an elevator ride with anybody, it would be my future self, and I would be like, am I a millionaire yet? My latest obsession is MIDI syncing. MIDI syncing is to be able to make your gear send out the MIDI clock so you can all be in sync and you can make really cool music. My weirdest recording trick that actually worked was basically taking out the chord of an instrument and recording that sound like this. My music has evolved since my first EP because now I collaborate with other people and I'm not shy. The only sound I'm obsessed with is string instruments. A creative risk that I took that has completely paid off is executive producing my first album. A book that has changed my life is The Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. The book is sci-fi, and it's basically about what happened with COVID, and she wrote it before COVID happened. I have ADHD, and I get bored, so I know a song's finished when I'm not bored, and I don't want to skip the song. I'm not a good traveler because, like the song by Erykah Badu, I don't pack light. I travel with about 10 Pelican cases, and I always want to bring my little dog and my violin. What I still want to discover in the world is self-discipline and routine, and for it to actually be consistent in my life. When a song idea hits me, I always hear that fiddle. What made me want to pick up the fiddle is the Irish jigs that were being played from that Canadian band. But what made me want to flip it was the lack of representation and the passion that I have to basically showcase the Black roots of the violin. My go-to ritual before recording is to clean up because cleanliness is next to godliness. If music wasn't the path, I'd be a veterinarian. Sudanese music shaped my sound because the way that they arrange their songwriting has a very catchy call and response between violin and vocals. A lot of Western music usually has the violins tucked in a very pretty orchestrated way, but like Sudanese music, like folk music, like Irish jigs, it's wild and it's like dance music and it's like church music. Well, what's it like to come to my home studio is to basically see me smoking a blunt, half dressed, and just like a constant loop is happening, and it will probably be happening for about 10 minutes, and then I'll slowly add things on top and 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 on top. And then I'll just duplicate that for 3 minutes, and that's the song. I smashed my violin in my latest music video because it's almost like a metaphor to the normalness of violin culture. And I smashed it because I want to break those conformities and do me. I prefer intimate rooms. 500 cap is my sweet spot. Sudan Archives means my Black history. Yes, my favorite guitar pedal is the Afterneath pedal by Earthquaker Devices, and they're also from Ohio, like me. My favorite loop station right now is the RC505. I play a custom violin by Electric Violin Luthier based out of Buffalo, New York, and what's so cool about it is it's strapped into my boobs. I was always looking for a violin that could strap onto yourself like a guitar does. And the pegs are also guitar tuner pegs, so it barely goes out of tune. My favorite DAW right now is Ableton because they fuck with me. It used to be Logic, and I used to like Logic so much because on the iPhone, you could start something on GarageBand and then open it on Logic. But now, Ableton even has a iPhone app called Note, Ableton Note. So one of my other songs, the BPM, I started on a plane ride on my phone, and then when I landed, I opened it up into Ableton. I used a bunch of different gear, but my favorite gear that I used on the album was just like a lot of pedals. I was experimenting with my vocals a lot. I feel like that's what's different about this album, the vocal effects and the things that I was doing with the vocals and like cutting them and making them sound chopped up. If I could invent a piece of gear, it's already invented, but it would be an affordable MIDI violin. MIDI pianos are like very easy to buy. You can get one from like $50 to like thousands of dollars. But a MIDI violin starts at like a couple grand. But I want to be able to make a MIDI violin that all types of people can buy if they want to. Japan shocked me because they was super quiet, and I was like, do y'all like this? But they liked it. It's just respectful to be quiet. And then at the very end of the show, they just go crazy. Who I would like to see in the elevator next is my little cousin, Shannon. Hey, he just started making music and he's based in Chicago.